morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to start a new book. Who's excited? So, the first person I'm going to introduce you to is one of the main characters in the book. I'm not going to tell you his name at first, but I'm going to show you what he looks like. So this is a picture of him. So what I want you to do for the first 3 minutes is I want you to take out your writing notebook or your binder, whichever you have, and please take out a pencil, no pen, and you're going to write down what you see in the picture. You could tell me what he's wearing. You could tell me what kind of facial expression he has. You could tell me what's next to him, whatever you like. So take the first 3 minutes and you're going to write down the things you see in this picture. I'm going to set a timer so you guys know when it's time to stop. Ready? Go. Pencils should be moving. Make sure you tell me what colors you see and what facial expression he has. What is he wearing? What do you think it looks like? Where do you think he's going? Why do you think he's so dressed up? Whatever you like, I need to know what you see in this picture. All right, 2 minutes left. Keep going, keep going. I know it's kind of blurry, so just if you had any questions, this is a suitcase that is next to him. That is a suitcase, just so if you can't see it that well, because it is kind of blurry, my apologies, but it is a suitcase. Okay, 1 more minute. And then pencils down. "30 seconds. "10 seconds. All right, pencils down. Okay, so after looking at the picture, let's see what we all came up with when it came to describing this picture and telling me what you see in it. Okay, so this is what we came up with. Some of your answers are that he looks like he's going on a trip, and we think that because he does have a suitcase next to him. Someone did say that he was an African American little boy, and someone wrote he's looking like he's ready to go. We don't know where he's ready to go, but he is ready to go. He's wearing clothes from quote unquote, someone said back in the day. So it could be an oldie from a while ago, because I don't really think we wear clothes like this anymore in 2020. Someone said weird clothes that a boy now wouldn't wear. He said he looks happy sitting there because he had a smile on his face. He has short hair, looks like he's wearing grown-up clothes. Remember that characteristic that you guys came up with, that he looks like he's wearing grown-up clothes. That will help us while we start reading the book. Maybe he doesn't have a lot of money. I like that one. Because of the way he's dressed, maybe he doesn't have a lot of money. He is looking for a way home. Maybe he is lost and he's looking for a way home and he doesn't know how to get home, so he has a suitcase ready to go. And someone wrote that he looks cute. Okay. After, you're going to put your notebooks, your binders, your pencils away properly. I'll give you 30 seconds to do that. While you put those away, please take out your Bud Not Buddy book and turn to chapter 1. We're going to read it together as a class. Okay, now that we have taken our books out, let's see what we're going to learn today in Ms. Christian's class. So we all know that our heading looks like this. Your name on the top left. The date, it's 7/2/2020. Top right, it says the period that you're in. You are in period 3, and underneath is my name, Ms. Christian. We need to make sure we have that on our pieces of paper, even if it is a notebook, because papers can tear. And if we do find your page, we can give it back to you if you have a heading. So, today's standards that we're going to cover are cite textual evidence to support analysis of what the text says, as well as inferences drawn from the text. Can anyone remind me what the word inference means? Yes, it means to predict. It means to predict or to maybe think of something that could happen. So it's predict. Determine a theme or central idea of a text, how it conveys through particular details. Provide a summary of the text from personal opinions or judgments. So while we're reading, I'm going to ask you, what do you think that paragraph means? What do you think the theme of it is? What is the central theme of that paragraph, or even the page? And the last one, determine the meaning of words and phrases as they are used in text, including figurative and connotative meaning. Analyze the impact of specific word choice on meaning and tone. So because we are going to read a book with words that are kind of little on the difficult side, I am giving you a vocabulary sheet, and it's going to be called Target Word Vocabulary Sheet, where we're going to write down the words that we might not know, and we're going to write them down. You're going to tell me the definition of it, and we're going to try and figure out using context clues, which, if we remember, we learned that last year. Context clues is using the context around the word to help you figure out what the word means. So you read the sentences above, you read the sentences below, and you read the sentences amongst the word. It could be a paragraph that you read to figure it out, and it could honestly be the sentence right before. But we will be using context clues instead of a dictionary to find out what a word means. So the objectives for today. Our students will be able to use evidence from the text to make inferences about Bud. So as you know, as you can see, that we're going to be learning about Bud. Bud was that picture I showed you in the beginning of class, and we're going to be learning about him a little bit on chapter 1. Students will be able to refer to specific details and examples to explain text-based questions relative to chapter 1. Just so you know, after we finish chapter 1, you're going to be working in groups that I already picked out, and you're going to be answering questions based on chapter 1. And the last thing, you're going to decode vocabulary through context clues. Basically, decoders trying to figure out what these words mean, and it'll help you understand the book a little bit more. So let's all turn to page 1 of chapter 1 from Bud, Not Buddy. So just because this is the first chapter, I'm going to start reading this to the class first. When we go to chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, we are going to do group reading, and we are going to do popcorn reading, so that if you do want to read, you do get to read. And in your group, you get to work with each other and read the chapters together as well. So let's start. It's called Bud, Not Buddy. It says, here we go again. We were all standing in line waiting for breakfast when one of the caseworkers, just so you know, a caseworker is someone who works with foster kids and getting them into the right home so that they can have a forever home, came in and tap, 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 and tap, tap, tap down the line. Uh-oh, this meant bad news. Why do you think that her doing tip, 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 when you hear a teacher in the hallway and you kind of hear her heels, I know some of you get a little bit scared because you might think it's the principal, or you might think it's a teacher that you might be a little bit afraid of. So when the caseworker is walking down and you're hearing her high heels, do you think it's positive or do you think it's negative? Why do you think this was bad news? So they said either they found a foster home for someone or somebody was about to get paddled. All the kids watched the woman as she moved along the line, her high-heeled shoes sounding like little firecrackers going off on the wooden floor. So just that paragraph alone, what do you think the tone of the story is, based on the fact that there's this lady, they're in a foster care system, she's walking down. So it's a little bit kind of nervous, kind of nerve-wracking, like you don't know what's about to happen. Turn the page. Shoot, she stopped at me and said, are you Buddy Codwell? I said, it's Bud, not Buddy, ma'am. She put her hand on my shoulder and took me out of line. Then she pulled Jerry, one of the little boys, over. Aren't you Jerry Clark? He nodded. Boys, good news. So it says, when it says boys, good news, you see how there is an exclamation point. So she's trying to feel that she's saying that she's excited. It's an exciting news. Like, boy, good news.